I have it in my at the back of my head that whatever I am learning for someone out there who wouldn't know it. So anytime I come across something and I learn it, in my next conversation, I bring it up because I am sharing my knowledge, right? So, this is one of the blueprints that guide me on my education level. So, when it comes to business, for you to scale up your business, you have to provide a need to people and they are going to pay you for it. Don't go into business because you need to feed yourself. Go into business because you are helping other people. You are providing a need for other people and they will pay you for it. So that was my first encounter with business, and that's my definition. Like, that gave me the definition of actual business. These are the two stories that gave me the blueprint of my education dream and my business dream, right? So as I share my story with you, you also reflect on your life story. Some memories have some themes and patterns inside you have to identify to shape you as you are growing. Your adulthood is so linked to your childhood.
Welcome to Keep Building Show, and I'm your host, Miss Mailiana. We will be sharing exciting stories on life experiences, life lessons, growth talk, self improvement, and self building. Stay tuned.
Hi, hi, my people. It's your girl, Miss Mailiana, here again on episode 2 of the Keep Building Show. And today's topic is the blueprint of your dream life. And as you all know, we start with the very first segment, which is my story segment. All right, so my early days, like starting school, Granny used to tell me some words, and one of it is go to school, learn hard, and come and teach those who don't know. Someone like me, like my grandma didn't go to school, so she told me to go to school so I can come and teach her. And she also she up to now she even says it that if someone tells you that you don't know a thing, like you are dumb on something, you don't know that thing, it's not an insult, but rather you have the power to go learn that thing or ask the person to teach you that thing. And for your next conversation, you are going to be known for that. Like, you know it. Now you're not going to ask dumb or you're not going to be called dumb in your next conversation. So you have the power to learn and also impact other people. This changed my thinking. This changed my narrative of education. This changed my perspective of education because I was not understanding the fact that I had to go to school because I started speaking English before going to school. I knew my numbers before going to school, going to nursery. So why should I go to school again and learn the numbers? And so when my grandma told me that I have to go to build on my knowledge and you can't stop learning because other people may not know what you know, that built me up for me to like education, for me to like to learn a lot, for me to like to learn new things, and for me to also share my knowledge. So I have it in my at the back of my head that whatever I am learning for someone out there who wouldn't know it. So anytime I come across something and I learn it, in my next conversation, I bring it up because I am sharing my knowledge, right? So this is one of the blueprints that guide me on my education level. And another story is all right. So the other story, yeah, I'm going to talk about is at age 5 or 6, 4, 5 or 6, within that age frame. I remember I came across a container filled with coins, and at that time, my granny used to sell water. Like, people come to fetch water from her, and when there is water crisis, and she used to get a lot of money. Like, she collects their notes, and then it's left with the coins, and the coins is a lot. So I asked her some few questions, and what I came up with, or the realization, I didn't realize all this at that age, but as I was growing, memories keep flashing back, and I realized all this. So reflecting on yourself from previous video or from previous episode is really key, and reflecting on myself on this made me realize that I encountered what businesses at that very age that provide a need to people and they are going to pay you for it. So when it comes to business, for you to scale up your business, you have to provide a need to people and they are going to pay you for it. Don't go into business because you need to feed yourself. Go into business because you are helping other people. You are providing a need for other people and they will pay you for it. So that was my first encounter with business, and that's my definition. Like, that gave me the definition of actual business. And these are the two aspects of my life that um these are the two stories that gave me the blueprint of my education dream and my business dream, right? So as I share my story with you, you also reflect on your life story. Some memories have some themes and patterns inside you have to identify to shape you as you are growing. Your adulthood is so linked to your childhood. In Chi, they say what obi a akwalada na penny na yenye bi that, like something like that. You are now, everybody's growing, but everybody has been a child before. Your childhood holds so much value that you have to learn from, and also some negative you have to identify and run away from. Okay, so let's get into the main show on today's episode. And today's episode, as I said, is titled The Blueprint of Your Dream. And I have shared with you stories of my life that gives me the blueprint of my education life and my business life. So my education life, I'm going to keep learning. I'm not going to stop learning. My business life, I'm always going to impact other people and they're going to pay me at the end. That's it. So let's get into it. Okay. All right, so let's get into the main show. Crafting your blueprint for your dream. It's really key for you to know what you are up to. So, from episode one, I discussed with you that discovering your origin story, your identity story, and your core values is very key for you to know your dream life. After you discover that when you are living your life, you know what you are about and your dreams come to you. Like, you want to do this, you get want to do this because this is how I am. This is what I do. This is how I am. When I get into the place, this is what I bring to the table and all that. So you get to know what you want to do. You get to know what you are up to. You get to know the dream you want to have. You get to know the fulfillment you want to have. And so at the end of all this, you have to come up with a blueprint. You just have to not just go. Yeah. And from my story I gave you earlier on my story segment, get to realize that I have my why. Identify your why of why, like your why. So there are different aspects of our lives. We have the education, we have the career, we have the spiritual, physical, mental, financial, and all that. So when you are doing your dream, there are different sectors of it. I'm going to share with you the okay. So maybe let me share with you the five sectors I actually deal with is my career, my business, my education, my finances, my spiritual, and my mental. So six. So when I'm drafting my dream, it's cut across the six: my career, my business, my education, my I've forgotten again. My spiritual, my mental, I've forgotten the last one. And my financials, yes, my money part. So get to do that, right? So when you like now we've had the six segments, like the six life segments, right? So now you are going to drive your blueprint. I have given you instances of my I've given you stories about my business. So when I'm creating a business, I create a business to fulfill a need in a community, and then people will pay me for it. Like Mayfoods like this, I just didn't stand up to start Mayfood in my hood. I realized that my hood, there are food vendors, right? But the food vendors aren't solid vendors, or they don't bring so much value to the people. So they always complain that there's no food in my community. That's how come I was like, okay, I have to establish Mayfood here. Get so I'm bringing a need to them and they are rushing for it. When I did my first opening, they rushed for it, and I was like, okay, this is a need and I'm going to fulfill it, and that's how I'm going to make money. So that's my business drive. So that's my why. It's very important for you to know your why when you are setting your blueprint, right? When it comes to education, I think I'll be a doctor. I'll be called as I'll do my PhD and all that because I am going to teach. I am going to be in that classroom to teach people. I'm going to mentor a lot of people because I really, really have it in my genes or my blood now that I am learning for other people. I'm learning to teach other people. So that's I am going to do for sure. I am going to learn a lot of things, and I'm doing this YouTube because I want to share a lot. So basically, know your why when you start. When it comes to financial dreams too, I want to live on my own terms. I want to wake up on Mondays and I don't have anything to do. Everything is catered for. My money is working for me. So get to know your whys, right? That's the first thing on your blueprint. Now, when you know your whys, the next thing is to be specific on what you want. Be specific on what you want. What do you really, 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 really want to achieve when it comes to different aspects of your life? Like, how do you want your friendships to be like, and all that? In fact, friendship is another aspect of it. So, get to know that relationship and all that. Let be specific in your dreams, like, be specific in all that. And when it comes to that, be able to measure it, right? Maybe I want to have this amount of money in my account at age this. Be specific. Like, let's be able to measure, be able to measure it. And maybe when it comes to education, maybe at age 27 or at age 28, I want to have my master's degree. So, like, be so intentional about being able to have a deadline and all that. And when it comes to another thing is also, just don't throw in things. Don't do that. Don't leave things to chance, okay? Like, work towards it. Don't leave things to chance. Work towards it. When you come up with a dream, like, make it, as I said in episode one from lesson of a broadcast, Shetty says, try to incorporate what you want to do in your daily activities. Make it a daily thing for you to do so that it's actionable. You're always doing it. You're always getting closer to your goal. 1 hour doing that thing 1 hour every day is getting you closer to your dream, right? So keep doing it, right? And then one last thing is having you with time constraints, or having your timelines, or your, like, it really helps when you know that, oh, at age this I want to do this, as in the next 2 months I want to do this, in the next 3 months I want to do this. It really, really helps because you just don't leave things to chance, right? So your blueprint has to mean a lot. The first thing you have to do is know your whys for each of your blueprints. And when it comes to your dreams, to be able to segment or your, like, or segment your life, like, as I said, I gave you 6 segmentation, like your business, your education, your career. Maybe you can infuse your career in business. Maybe you are not really a business minded person, you just want to have a career. Or maybe instead of business, you be like your investment plan or your investment portfolio. Segment your dreams, know your whys, and then now be specific on your dreams. Be able to let your dreams be able to be measured. Like, be able no, 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 try, like, be able to measure your dreams. Like, your dreams must be measurable, and your dreams must be also actionable. It should be part of your daily activities. And the final one is, you should be able to work around time, work with time. Okay, time is money, so work with time. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of the main show of this episode of your blueprint of your dream, right? Your blueprint isn't supposed to be so big, like, as I've said it so fast like this, like, that's basically it. You don't need to do extraordinary. And also, it's life is evolving, right? So as you start it, you get to realize a lot of things, and you get to discover a lot of things. I can't say everything here, and I've been on this journey for almost 2 years now, and I'm sharing with you, and it's really fulfilling when you start. And I'm here to help you in this community. You can come to me and I'm going to share with you whatever, like, you, I've gone through it to almost 2 years, and I'm here to let you know that you can do it within 6 months, and I'm going to help you do it. So all the discoveries I've done is going to be easy for you, and I'm here to do that with you. Okay, so we've come to the end of the segment. Let's get into the next segment. That's lesson from a podcast.
Let's get some lesson from a podcast.
Welcome to the lesson from a podcast segment. So today's lesson is from Imani Ghazi's podcast. This guy mostly talks about business and all that and goals. And today, one thing he made mention of that makes resonate with me and makes a lot of sense to me is you should know your goals. It should be so clear to you, like make your goals so clear to you, because when you have clarity on what you want to do, there's a different type of focus and type of motivation that comes with it. And when you are going through hard times, you have the goal so clear, you've written them down so clear, so even if you're trying times, you always go back and remember it. So when you are setting your goals and you are drafting your blueprint, remember to write them down so clearly, make it so specific so clearly, and visit it regularly. And when you are in your trying times, your challenging times, it, because you have the clarity, you still bounce back to their goals, right? So that's the lesson from a podcast on today. So make your goals so clear, and clarity helps you focus and motivated in your challenging times. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we move on to the last ep- very last segment. We move on to the very last segment of the show.
And it's time for question of the day.
All right, so the very last segment of the show is question of the day, and today's question is in twofold. So I'll say it's an A and B question, and I have it written here. And the question is, what is one goal you have been putting off because you are unsure about the steps to take? What is the one goal you have been putting off because you are unsure about the steps to take? The follow up question is, what is the first small step you can take today to move close to that goal? That's that you are unsure of the steps, right? But you know the very small thing you need to start with, right? So, again, let me use YouTube. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you have a good phone, all right. What is stopping you from not doing it? You think you don't have the resources? Have you think you want a light to start? Have you think of the daylight? Like, what is the thing, like that very small thing that is holding you from not doing it? Find it. And actually, if you are able to answer this question truly to yourself, you get to realize that you can achieve things you put your mind to. All right, we've come to the end of today's episode, and I want to let you know that the blueprint of your dream is the beginning of building your dream. Knowing your whys, setting up your goals, being specific and clear about your goals is the starting of building your dream life, right? So we've come to the end. I'm Miss Mailiana, and thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in today too. And I'm so happy to have you on the show. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and one last thing is tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that Miss Mailiana has dropped another episode of Keep Building Show, and I'm going to see you on the next episode. And it's bye for now.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. All right, see you on the next episode.